If you're having a problem joining Navy Federal, don't worry about it. I'm going to show you some of the top credit unions you should be able to join. Plus, they actually give personal loans up to $100,000. All right. And I'm going to give you all the data points to help you. Now, the first one we're talking about is Connector Credit Union. All right. And as you can see here, they personal loans go from 1,000 up to $100,000. Now, the reason that I like Connector is because when you join them, all right, they also will let you use that same hard inquiry within a 30-day period. So if you get the personal loan, you can also use that hard inquiry to get a credit card, and they may let you use that same hard inquiry to get a vehicle as well. So you may be able to get 3 products instead of just 1 product. Now, here's the interesting thing about it. With Connector, I like them because they're low-hanging fruit. And that means is that you can have authorized users. You can have utilities, you can have subscriptions, and you can have rental payments on the credit file, and they will still accept you. So they pull Experian FICO 9. Okay. And in terms of joining them, you would join Connector through the innovation of society. So that's how you're going to join Connector, through the innovation of society. All right. So this is the first one. Like I said, for those of you that's struggling with Navy Federal, some of these here credit unions I'm going to be talking about, they're easy shoe in. They give more money, and it's much easier to work with than Navy Federal. All right. Now, you have one which is USAA. Now, USAA, they definitely ain't the easiest to get into, but one of the things I do like about them is they offer personal loans from 1,000 up to 100,000. Plus, again, you're able to use that same hard inquiry within a 30-day period to apply for a credit card. All right. So, like I said, the biggest challenge, because you have to be military, but they do pull Experian FICO 8. All right. So, for those of you that may be wondering, okay, who do they pull from and stuff like that, they pull Experian FICO 8. All right. Now, the next one is Patelco. Now, here's the thing about it with Patelco. I know for sure that they will let you use that hard inquiry to get multiple products. All right. And as you can see here, their personal loans go up to $100,000 as well. All right. Now, you would have to join the financial fitness. They pull Experian FICO 8. All right. But they are definitely one of those ones you should have on your radar. And they're non-geo restricted, just like the first 2 I just mentioned. All right. Now, your next one is your State Department Federal Credit Union. Okay. Now, with your State Department Federal Credit Union, again, this is an opportunity for you to use that same hard inquiry. All right. And they give the loans, as you can see here, from 500 up to $100,000. Now, the interesting thing about it, they do a Experian FICO 2. All right, this is your mortgage score. A lot of people are not aware of how to leverage their mortgage scores because they don't know which one they're pulling from. Well, State Department Federal Credit Union, they use a mortgage score. If you never seen your mortgage score, click the link in the description and take a look at it. You'll see there's a big difference. There's a lot of these credit bureaus out here like Credit Karma, Credit Sesame and stuff, but they're not giving you mortgage scores. You need to be able to see your mortgage scores because, again, where your FICO 8 may be maxed out, your FICO 9, but your mortgage score may be something you can leverage as well. All right, so that's your next one. Then you have Credit Union West. Now, Credit Union West, this is an interesting one. And the reason is all you have to do is a savings account with $5. It's not hard to join them. But one of the things that really is going to pull you in is that they offer up to $100,000. But that's not the big issue with them. Look, they actually will give you up to 300 months. 300 months to actually pay the loan back, right? That's crazy. So you're looking at almost, what, 8 years to pay that loan back? Well, no, 9. That's the reason they say you don't do math on camera, right? But it's a very long time that it would take you to actually pay this loan back, right? And so, well, you don't have to take that loan, but you have it there. They give it to you as leverage. So that's one of the ones you would have to take a look at. Now, they use TransUnion, okay? So they will use TransUnion so that you guys know, all right? And again, if it's hard inquiry, use that hard inquiry within a 30-day period, and you're able to double dip, get the credit card as well as the loan. Now, here's something I wanted to share with you guys. If you're currently struggling, all right, with money and things of that nature, there's a couple things that I definitely would tell you to do, and you can have your family members look into this as well. The website is unclaimed.org. It's a free government website, okay? This is a free government website, and as you can see here, it's free. And what you would do, you would go to this website, you would click on your state, you will put your name and your address. If you have any money owed to you, this system has that money in it, and it will let you know, and then you'll put your claim in, and then you'll be able to get a check. Now, here's the thing about it. You may have family members that may be in this system too, and then they may just give you a piece of the pie just because you helped them locate some money they didn't know about. Look, there are companies out there that are charging a fee to do this, but you can do this for yourself and your family members, all right? So this is one resource I would tell you about. Then the next resource, you may have moved out of state. You may have moved, you may have left a job, you may have got fired from a job. You may didn't even receive your last paycheck or your bonus. Well, you can go here, webapps.dol. DOL is Department of Labor, okay? You would go to this website. You would put the company name that you work for, and you would also put in the state. Once you do that, then you'll put in your information, and it will tell you if you have any money that's owed to you. All right, this is very important because a lot of people are not aware of this. This actually will tell you any companies that owe you money. You may have gotten a check, you didn't cash that check, and it voided on you and stuff like that. Well, this system will let you know when you work that job, all right? So that's one. Now, let's get back to these loans, all right? So this next lender is Alliant Credit Union, okay? Now, again, with Alliant Credit Union, another one of these credit unions is very easy to join, all right? Now, with Alliant, again, this is going to be your TransUnion Vantage 4, all right? It's your TransUnion Vantage 4. Now, you can join the Foster Care for Success in order to become a member with them, all right? But they definitely, as you can see here, from 1,000 up to 100,000. All right. This is another one of those low-hanging fruit because it's a Vantage 4. Now, for some of you all, I may have thrown you off because you don't hear that term that much. Well, Vantage 4 is it's an upgrade to your Vantage 3. So that means like where your Vantage 3, if you owed $100 or less collections, it will count it against you. Well, with your Vantage 4, if you owe $100 or less on a collection, it doesn't count it against you. If you have multiple hard inquiries on the file, say you were shopping for a car or you trying to get a home or something like that, they only count it as one inquiry. Okay, if you have an eviction or if you have bills on the credit file, then they don't count that against you with your Vantage 4. Okay, so that's the reason why, like these are like your prizes. When you find a Vantage 4 or Experian or FICO 9 type of scoring system, those are your prize winners that you want to focus on. All right. Now, the next one is Westcom. Now, Westcom is a West Coast credit union. Okay. Now you can join in with $5. They full Experian, right? But the thing about it with them, they also offer, look, 100,000 up to 72 months. I wish they did it like CWS and give you 300 months, but hey, 72 months still ain't bad, right? So, you know, that's what, 8 years? No, excuse me. There I go doing math. I'll just leave it alone, right? 6 years, right? But at the same time, like I said, they give you the loan, and then you can also apply for that credit card at the same time. All right. So that's the reason why I like them, because they're really flexible. Anybody can join. Like I said, usually a West Coast. Now there's another one I wanted to share with you all. United Nations Federal Credit Union. Okay. Now, here's the thing about it with the United Nations Federal Credit Union. They are an Experian, okay? They use Experian. It's about a $15 membership or something. I forget the name of it, but look at what it is that they offer. They offer loans up to $150,000, okay? That's without collateral. That's what they're saying. Without needing collateral, they offer loans up to $150,000. All right, and you receive up to $50,000 directly. So these are the credit unions. Like I said, when you can't get into Navy Federal, these are some of your best credit unions you should take a look at. All right. Now you have one in Florida. This is the First Florida Credit Union. All right. Now with First Florida Credit Union, there isn't that much data points, but I'm pretty sure you can probably join them with just a savings account. But as you can see here, that personal loans go up to $100,000. And because they are this type of federal credit union, you may be able to use that same hard inquiry to get a credit card out of them as well. All right. Now, here's one that I wanted to talk about. This is another West Coast. All right. This is the police, the LA Police Federal Credit Union. All right. Now, for those on the West Coast, you can borrow up to $100,000 with them as well. They really want you to have some type of relationship with the police foundation, or your family member may have been a police officer or something like that. Then they will work with you as well. All right. Now I wanted to give you a bonus, guys. Here's the bonus. All right. This isn't a credit union. I wanted to give you So I wanted to give you guys a bonus. And this isn't a credit union, it's Wells Fargo, but they offer personal loans up to $100,000 as well. As a matter of fact, as you can see how low their interest rates start at. Now, why this here? Because you can actually do a pre-approval with them. One of the things about it that I like it with Wells Fargo is they are an Experian FICO 9. That's right. They are a low-hanging fruit. Now, another thing about it, that same inquiry, you definitely can use it to get a credit card out of them. Plus, if you choose the right credit card with like a 0%, like that Wells Fargo Reflect for 21 months, 0%, you can actually liquidate that credit card into your bank account for up to 21 months. As I was saying, with that Wells Fargo Reflect 21 months, they'll let you liquidate the card, so you're not paying any interest on the card. Plus, you can call them and ask for a credit limit increase without a hard pull on the credit. So that's the reason why I like the Wells Fargo. All right, so that's just a bonus. So I hope that this video helps you. Now you don't have to stress over not being a part of Navy Federal, because you have some good data points where you can actually join other credit unions. So I hope to see you in the next video.